Abusua ye nyina ye nim eye nanse a eye John Dramani Mahama ye de ne tu esi ekundwa so a echese ne mpanifo ne na pamfo nyina ebeka no ho na ebe ye fefefefefe omo ba ye omo abehihye mmra chenchinchinche ne omo se code of conduct we see a ebe we say we see a ebe say na mentina se hwe ema hwan menye hwe han ende ensem no bebre say boja wei ene ye onwa ne ba chuchumchu yes samijemfu akwada muko baby with sharp teeth wakwa use kama dollars chinchinchirechi akwakoma agradam emande ehonsem aiba we bebrea nkrofo bebre na ekase wo so umpamu no omuji ne dwumafu ne nsem kyese wa ye de wonse enye Mahama edi na no di sema ba beto abonten the government spokes mufancheme government no ni spokesperson adi nsem aba beto abonte the final verdict aba aso yampase ya pam samegemfi ye yi ne di ya kache so mfa na adwuma ento ana se ye de ne bone achem yense o be ko na kwaja asem nchimu CTV trend eso eni.
The presidency acknowledges Mr. Samegemfi's immediate act of contrition and the acknowledgement of the need to express regrets over that incident. So that apology has been taken on board. You do recall that when President Obama launched the Code of Conduct, he said that one of the remedies for any potential breach was a public apology. He also said one of the potential remedies was a caution from the highest levels of government. After the interaction with the Chief of Staff, the Chief of Staff cautioned him, having acknowledged the apology he made. He cautioned him and impressed upon him to take on board public sentiment and act in ways that reflect public expectation. The Chief of Staff also took the opportunity to reissue the same caution that the President had sent to all appointees to be circumspect in their conduct. There may be things that may be commonplace in our private lives, but once you become a public official, you need to be sensitive to public expectation, and therefore that ought to guide the way that you order your steps. So in view of that, presidency does not believe that any further action ought to be taken beyond the apology and the caution. And we all take a cue from it and are going to do better in order to meet the expectations of the Ghanaian public. We value feedback. We are aware that Ghanaians expect high standards in the performance of our duties as public officials. We remain committed to meeting those high standards to ensure that we deliver the best of governance to our people who have been long suffering in the last few years under poor governance. So that is what I have for you. It is not deemed at this moment necessary to take further action beyond what has already.
When we go into it, information trickling in, Samegemfi, President agent apology and also say per apology no wa pardon enti year president a pardon Samegemfi Felix Kwachiofo so e de hunsem aba betudwa say per apology no president age ye de nsem no atuma o de the body ache no nti ye no ho ensem so e wo president anyha vice anyha empo speaker so anyha fine any able of mine. Doctor, Mintiwe.
Adia Bakone said, okay, constitution. The president is mandated, say, also telecom speaker. Say, we 2 point. But this time around, say, can't speak and not necessarily as in the person, right to the person, but right to the office of the speaker. Because only her now staff for her more adwuma. And one would have thought and also expected say and kabibi sabe koso. But penny anye I hono me hu say wabu party aye on my mra no animutia because clear say wo kwa twere kobo speaker mane wo de fakoto no mun receive say parliament or recess just ensure say all boxes are ticked. The law is the law. What I say intimi mumu de ho no de entwa na enye me nwanwa pi because me say eya na ndisi for no takashi ne yemfa hwe ho no wom but sadi we de enye because you see eya president iniho vice iniho na speaker so tukwan
Chief Justice also ya suspended
the acting Chief Justice ne osen kasisia no oye president but ena say president an twere nobody can take action. Ni say no man ni pani. You know be a wodi sisi ya yem no tie. You know man pani. Cause man pani atukwan. Na be de akiri ni ho. Speaker ni ho. Omo me ense nyina ni ho. Na the fourth person na was ke so en in. And am say president an twele tenti no obi aso ntimi nkoye saade no. Enti nyame mfasa masisi ase togufo. Esesa wo mo accoutrement say omo ba beto ahye Ghana so a why na be ma command am ye defend because army ye call wall ye je command no if the commander in chief of the Ghana Armed Forces which is the president and at any point in time be I see enya president and so ahwa we say America omo vice president on the year speaker for the senate enti omo no president and vice president there's no way omo me no betimi to pan every America at the same time. Constitution no de omuni say we ni hwa we na e omumi enu pe. And so obehwa 2011 Ebra Osama is it 2001 or 2011 Ebra Osama World Trade Center disaster.
Yeah. I think it was 2001 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
George Bush.
Yeah.
We say Akaida for no omo ko attack American planes for. And omo di mienu ekohwe World Trade Center ni mu ena satem na yesi George Bush etukwan oni America afi na ni plane no eba ena omo ye omo agene so omo de sa plane ni kosia no George Bush plane no wiem no omo ku George Bush enti quickly na omo the vice president ni kosie ena omo anu omo plane eye womo anu omo wo plane adwumayefo ni ade no omo te sa na omo ne eye attackers no edisi ania na plane ntimi ankohia George Bush plane na kotetoy no omo nyina ewuye that was the intention enti omo de ebasa na omo the vice president kosie because when is omo security ammunitions ni aden eye codes ebi o ha president nenim ebi o ha a fingerprint ebi o ho no mo a vice president nenim enti quickly na omo the vice president ni kosie se senkomo succeed e na omo di plane ni kosia George Bush de na wiem no wu ya quickly na vice na take over enti America there's no way say vice president any president also omo me onu tra plane back
yeah
America ko ha vice president any president omo ntna ka back so omo ko programmer omo ko mum obi antna omumienu ntna plane ba akumuda enti okọ America say president ni ho sesi ya ne vice ni okrum ho say vice tu kwan a president ntimi ntu kwan enti media constitutional review na mpanimfo ye na de ba ko so mo hwe ne say omo hwe sa side ne say ye de mra be ba president ne vice ntimi ntu kwan in free Ghana had the same time ose de tie bia baako eka wonim de ntia keke ye say president ni wona vice ni wa speaker no yenso ani in na keke okoye presidential oath a ye say I so and so having been elected na speaker yeto na ba presidential oath no uba udi anu aka say having been elected to the high office of the president. Yeah. Speaker, yes, when in or no yaton swaba. Besano waka. Because I was also a presidential oath, you know. This is dangerous. Two, one say ya ubenya speaker bia vice president. Any president to kwan. Yes, when in no be president pe. Obetimi declare say vice ni president no wa mamu exile mamu mo man ni mu bi o se ona ye